All right, welcome back to another episode of the Cameo Podcast here at Ruben's Diner. A little bit of excitement today, and a surprising amount of people for just after 5 on a Sunday in Kamloops. Randy came to eat the Reubinator, 7 pounds of meat, over 8 pounds of food. Apparently, it didn't go so well. Tell us what you were expecting when you came to Kamloops, and how you found this challenge, and why you wanted to take it on.
Well, our website, foodchallenges.com, has a complete database, or mostly complete, of all the food challenges available around the world. And a subscriber at some point told us about the sandwich challenge here, so we got it added to the site, and then we tried to, just for a challenge outside of Vancouver, decided to try this one.
How many challenges have bested you thus far?
There's like 20 to 25 challenges that I've lost. There's others that I've lost, but then at some point later on I went back and beat them.
Okay, and so how many challenges have you taken on at this point in your, competitive eating career? Which is very odd for me to say coming from Canada. It's not something Canadians are entirely useful to.
But yeah, I've done over 800 events, I'd say, for sure.
20 losses out of 800 is quite the track record.
Yes.
When did you get into competitive eating?
In 2010, I did my very first challenge. It was March 19th, 2010. It was a 28-inch pizza challenge that my friend and I won. We got $500, and then everything just kind of transpired from there.
Oh man, pizza challenge! I could do that. I feel pizza's my homie.
Yeah, it was good pizza, and I've done probably 100 team pizza challenges since then. Pizza challenges are fun.
Nice. And I think I read you just graduated university. Is that correct?
Just graduated from Missouri State University. Yeah, I got my degree in dietetics. So now I just have to do a 1,200-hour dietetic internship, and then I'll be able to pass a test to be a licensed, registered dietitian.
Very odd, I guess. Well, I guess it makes sense, but also like you're eating ridiculous amounts of food, right? How do you find that balance as a future dietitian who obviously lifts to eat and eats to lift?
Yes, yeah, he says that because I've got a shirt on with it saying that. But there's still a little bit of moderation. Like, I've been on a tour for a long time doing food challenges since the summer began. But then at some point, I'll go back home and I'll take a couple weeks off to diet, exercise a lot, and lose it all.
Is this something you're doing kind of full-time at this point, or is this still kind of like your hobby?
Yeah, it's been full-time since 2013. I retired from my first career, which was construction management, on October 26th, 2013.
Oh, wow. So it's quite the change. That's 2 careers, and they say you changed 7 careers in a lifetime. Do you know what career number you're in right now?
Let's see. I had a lot of jobs growing up just in the food service, and then once I switched over to construction and other things. But for the rest of life, I'll be a registered dietitian and continue doing stuff with my book and everything else that'll come out once I'm a registered dietitian.
What was the turning point for you when something just kind of skyrocketed in your online personality career?
In 2015, the media company Vice did a special on their Munchies channel. They followed me over the course of 2 days while I was in England, and we filmed it turned out to be like an 18-minute documentary video. It's finally almost about to hit 1 million views, but the return, or the ROI, or whatever you want to call it, of people who watched that video that went over and checked out more of our videos and subscribed to our channel was very, very high. Yeah. So that kind of boosted everything and gave it a real good jump start.
Totally. When you say Munchies and Vice, it's like I know exactly what you're talking about,
good.
right?
Okay.
So, I love their pizza show. Yeah. I'm not sure if you've ever watched the pizza show. It's like I've watched it on repeat, and I love it.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
I highly recommend it.
I know they put a lot of effort into their series.
They do. They've also went into a $250 million debt round or blah, blah, blah. The business of media is interesting to me.
Yes.
Who do you look up to, or who inspired you to really take this on as a career, whether it be a celebrity, a personality, a personal family member? Who inspired you to take on such a niche career, which in a world where you can make your passion a hobby, who was the driving force to support you and finally get you to make that jump in 2015 or whatever it took you to make the jump?
In 2013 is when I finally made the all-in jump, but I started really getting serious about it even right in 2010 when I got back from my trip to New Zealand, which was in September 2010. Just got serious full-time with it then. There wasn't really any inspirations or anything like that people-wise, especially just in the competitive eating industry. There wasn't really anybody to really look up to available. There's really good eaters, but as just professionals and for the growth of the sport, it really wasn't there. So it was more just the interest in it just came from wanting to get out of construction. So I knew it was kind of a way out by doing all these food challenges and then doing the food challenges, and if I was going to be able to grow my YouTube presence and all that, then I would basically be able to make a living out of working out and eating.
Are you a Gary Vaynerchuk fan?
I am, yes. Yeah, I've read a couple of his books and listened to others of his audio CDs, and then follow him on YouTube, yeah.
What's your opinion of the rise of mukbangs on YouTube, where just regular people are just eating copious amounts of food and just talking, and there's this rise of just gorge eating through like Japanese live streaming and whatnot, beyond just the competitive eating world?
The whole competitive eating and the whole world of eating and just stuff like that in general is I don't really know what to think, so I try not to think about it too much. A lot of the mukbangers, from what I understand, just after the food's all gone, their method of weight management is nothing that I really believe in, because we definitely don't do that with our food challenges. But mukbang is nothing that I would get into or watch, but I understand people wanting to watch it, and really it's not always about the food, it's about people just enjoy watching the video of the people that do it. Yeah. So like my friend Peggy Neo in Singapore, she does that kind of stuff and has a lot of success with it, and I wish her the best. It's just nothing that I would be interested in doing.
What's the most memorable challenge you've ever undertaken?
In 2017, when I was in Australia, I was able to do a challenge in Melbourne, which over 250 people came to watch. Wow. And I set the record by like 12 seconds or something like that. And there were, like I said, 250 people, and it was just a really fun event.
What were you eating in Melbourne?
It was a 16-patty, 3-kilogram burger.
Yeah. So was that like fork and knife, hands? Oh, and we'll just pause for a second, guys.
Yeah,
yep.
Okay. Oh, no.
All right. We're kind of back now. So, yeah, we'll continue on. Yeah. Just Randy taking care of his fans. You got a lot of fans, and a lot showed up in this little old town of Kamloops. I think I saw someone drive from Kelowna just to see you.
Yeah, there were a couple people that drove multiple hours, 2-3 hours to come. So that's pretty neat. I appreciate it.
So with your online website of challenges or whatever, the United States must be the predominant world of competitive eating. Is that correct? Or are we seeing the rise of competitive eating in Canada as well? Is it something, because Canada always looks to the States, right? We get a lot of influence from the States. Do you see a lot of rise of competitive eating and challenges in Canada to balance out what they see happening with like the crawfish challenges in the States and all these big History Channel TV shows?
No, you know what? I can't really name one Canadian competitive eater, so to say that it's big or anything like that would be wrong. I haven't really heard of that many new food challenges popping up either. The ones that I do hear about aren't new. They've been around for a while. They just aren't very publicized, so I wasn't able to know about them already.
For sure.
So I don't think competitive eating is growing anywhere in the world, other than maybe Australia. It's dying in the United States. It's dying in England and around the United Kingdom. But it's doing all right in Australia. I do know that.
Or it's just translating to a digital medium where your fans can connect directly with you. You don't need the prize money or the sponsorship, I guess, right? You can go direct to consumer now rather than having the intermediary.
Yeah, YouTube and Facebook and everything like that makes things a lot different than it would have been years ago. Yeah. So definitely.
So you drove from Vancouver, correct?
Yep. Yeah, I drove this morning. It was a really pretty ride.
What were your thoughts of Kamloops when you arrived? What did you see or what did you think?
Oh, just the ride up here with all of the mountainous or the tree mountains and all that was just really pretty. And then the streams that we passed along the way was awesome too. We just drove straight to the restaurant, so didn't really get to think about much.
Just enjoyed the Coquihalla if it was nice.
It's bigger than I thought. I'd never really heard of the city, so it took a while to get here once we actually arrived from no man's land into the city. So no, it's nice up here, and then we'll travel around for probably an hour and check out the city before we head back.
Nice. And you're just heading back to Vancouver. Did you already do a challenge there in Vancouver?
Yeah, last night I did a challenge at Baseline's Pub.
How did that one go?
I won. It was had a one sitting time limit, and I finished in 54 minutes.
54 minutes. So what were you trying to eat at that particular challenge?
It was a 3-pound burger patty with 10 ounces of pulled pork. There was a 1.5-pound bun, and then cheese, and then there was lettuce, tomato, and onions.
Awesome.
And well, about 10 ounces of fries.
Well, Randy, what are some parting words you want to share with some people? What's something that people misunderstand about you often when they see you in passing and they just don't seem to understand? You just want to get out there, just to kind of share some parting words.
I don't really have anything that I think is misunderstood, and those that misunderstand, it's not that there's anything missing. They just don't take any time to actually look into anything, so I don't really mind what they think. But if anybody does want to try a food challenge or do anything like that, they can watch for strategies. They can watch videos on our channel. Everything is Randy Santel, but then there's over 100 articles on foodchallenges.com that explain all of the things that I do to prepare, or I win before you begin is our foodchallenges.com motto, which the 3 components are train, strategize, dominate. If you train properly and strategize for the challenge, you'll be able to dominate. So I had a good strategy, I just wasn't trained, so I wasn't able to dominate today, but I will next time.
Awesome. So you're planning on coming back?
Yes, yeah, I don't like to lose, and without this big gut that I have on me right now, I would have been okay, but it kind of restricted my stomach from being able to expand. So I'll lose the weight, and I'll be back, and it'll be better next time.
See, that's mind-blowing to me, that losing weight means you actually can eat more. That's an interesting, from someone who's obviously a littler guy.
Yeah, right before I retire, I'm going to be at my thinnest, and then I'll go around and I'll beat all of my losses, and then it'll be good. It'll be fine.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes out of your busy whirlwind.
No, I appreciate you having me on the show. Thanks for connecting with me through Twitter.
Awesome. Well, thanks for listening. If you're new, consider subscribing to the podcast. It's Kameo with Nevin Webster. Please be sure to join the community online, and check out his YouTube channel. I'm certainly going to check out that Vice Munchies documentary tomorrow.
It was a good one. They did a really good job putting that together.
Vice always does a great job. The problem is the monetization of it and some other aspects of the media world. But the actual content they put out is fantastic because they truly are like, Hollywood level documentaries where you truly get to know the person by the end, or have a really solid foundation of the person.
Yeah, there were 5 people on the crew that followed me around for 2 days. And then there's all kinds of people in the credits. So they put a lot into it, and it was free for me. So it was awesome. I really loved it.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Randy. And enjoy Kamloops while you're here for another hour or so, and we'll connect when you return.
All right, that sounds great. I appreciate you having me on.
Cheers.
All right.